For a very long time, we have been saying and talking that it is not right to judge people unless you have worn their shoes and traveled at least 1 mile in them. That is easier said in theory than in practice for most of us. But today, through TPOOPA, we would like to introduce something that we hope and we pray is going to revolutionize how you view other people as well as yourself, and what you can do to make the world a better place than it is now and than you have found it. And we are going to be informed by this book, You Can Change the World. And I think I have talked about this book in my YouTube channel, Samuel Waragu Senior, written by James Keller in 1948. But again, before we do that, allow me to start by our prayer. Ecco mi, Signore, vengo per la tua volontà. Here I am, Lord, I come to do your will. This is my prayer. This is your prayer right now. This is our prayer. Now, what I want to introduce to you is this. Is a formula of a circle. What I have drawn here is a circle. As you are aware of what we say about TPOOPA, TPOOPA. Remember this O here means one. And you can also check what these others means in my socials. Yes. Now, this one circle, we are going to divide it. And the task that is involved in this circle, you are supposed to complete it in a day if you want to be in line with the spirit and the philosophy and the principle of TPOOPA. Because we want to walk the talk. Instead of judging people, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to help them. And how are you supposed to help them? We divide this one circle, and the one is the TPOOPA. Remember, we are talking of TPOOPA, TPOOPA. And this O here means one. These others, the O, the P, the A, you can check them in my socials. The T and the P, you can also check them in my socials. We are not going to go into that. We come to this O here. This is the first O. So we have our one circle here. A formula you can apply it in your life, in your parenting, in your leadership, in your day-to-day activities. We want to complete this circle. So if your day starts here at 12, okay, or if it starts at whether it is at 12 or at 1 or wherever it starts. So it is a complete day, 24 hours. So we want you to divide this circle into 4 equal parts. And we say there are 2 things that you are supposed to do as far as TPOOPA is concerned. In TPOOPA, first of all, we believe in the power of prayer. You believe in the power of prayer. You pray first of all also for yourself. You pray for yourself and you pray for others. That is the first thing. The second thing we believe in TPOOPA, is the power of books. This is what talk about reading, and I've talked about this. If you go to the TPOOPA emails, and you are going to find much about this. Remember, you can still talk to us through TPOOPA Man, TPOOPAMAN @gmail.com. TPOOPAMAN@gmail.com. So write an email to me, and I'm going to tell you what is possible with the books and services that you can receive, quality, high premium, without spending too much money. So when talk about books, remember, you read for yourself and you also read for others. So these are the two things that we believe in TPOOPA. These things are not visible from the outside world. Just like it is drinking water, H2O, just as it is in what we call eating greens and also eating fruits. If you ask the nutritionist, these three things will not be visible. But in the world of immunity, you have already created a protective layer. Yes. Fruits, water, and greens. And as TPOOPA, we talked about prayer, we talked about books. And now we come to our circle. Remember, you don't want to get lost. Divide your circle into 4 equal parts. The first part, now you want to make sure that you do these things. The first part is where you say, you read a book, B, for yourself. Before a day ends, I don't know where to are, within that 24 hours, find the time. Read at least a chapter or a page. Read a book for yourself. Book for self. And then within that day, make sure that at least you have read a book for others. In the same day, make sure that you have prayed. Pray for yourself. And also make sure that you say a prayer for others. And I'm going to explain these O's here. When we talk about others, this could be your son, could be your daughter, could be your wife, could be your husband, could be your father, could be your mother, could be your nephew, could be your niece, could be your grandmother, could be your grandfather, could be your cousin, distant cousin, your neighbor, your teacher, your lecturer, your professor, your driver, your personal assistant, your member of parliament, your president, your prime minister, your customer, your leader, your priest, your pastor, your idol, your celebrity, your crush, or just that other person who is neglected in the society, in the streets, who has nobody else to pray for him or to pray for her. It's up to you to choose whether you are going to pick on the one specific person in a day, or you are going to mix a number of them and pray for them. So then talk about prayer. But when you talk about now reading a book for others, this means whatever you are going to read in that day, make sure it does not remain with you at least share it with the others. Share it with the others. And on that point, allow me to read for you today from this book. We are saying you can change the world. You can do what we call, you read for others. And here it is to start you off as an example. If our readers have deceived us, it is mainly because we ourselves have insisted on being deceived. Their deceitfulness has resulted from our own moral and intellectual confusion. The trouble is not with the facts. The trouble is that clear and honest inferences have not been drawn from the facts. The day-to-day present is clear. The issues of tomorrow are being befouled. If we dodge the issue, we shall flounder for 10 or 20 or 30 bitter years in a chartless and meaningless series of disasters. Oh, some fantastic. This is telling you what? The trouble is not with the facts. Today we are living in a world of AI, artificial intelligence. And as somebody else said another day, that the problem today is not that we do not have information. In fact, we have an overload of information, and we don't know how to make use or what to make of that information. Then it is up to you in this quadrant here. Try to make things simpler for people. Read for them. So this is the formula. I don't know where they are whichever way you choose to start. There's no formula on which quadrant was supposed to start with. Yes, it could be the one you start by praying for others, reading for self. Then praying for self, reading for others. Yeah. So that is the formula I wanted to introduce to you. Once again, the formula is simple. Read a book for self, read a book for others, pray for self, pray for others. That is the formula. And remember, you can speak to the TPOOPA Man using this email. Samuel Waragu Senior, do have a nice time.